Hello children. In today's class, I am going to discuss with you about the change of seasons. This is the second part of the chapter Motions of the Earth. By now, you all know what is rotation and what is revolution. Now, revolution is the movement of the earth around the sun. So, because of revolution, there is a variation in the length of day and night, and there is change of seasons. Now, you all know that a year is divided into seasons. They are spring, summer, autumn, and winter. The change of the seasons are caused due to inclination of the earth on its axis and its revolution around the sun. So because earth is inclined towards the axis and because of the revolution of the earth around the sun, season change occurs. So you can see there are some new words over here: equinox and solstice. So this is summer solstice, this is winter solstice, and these are equinox. So you can see autumn equinox and spring equinox. Now we are going to discuss about these solstice and equinox. To begin with is the summer solstice, means we are going to start with this. June solstice means summer solstice. So what happens during this time? As you can see in this picture that the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun. So when you see it in a close view, you can see North Pole is tilted towards the sun. So what happens due to this? Vertical sun rays on Tropic of Cancer. So for this they will receive much heat and light. Now on 21st June, the sun reaches its highest and northernmost point in the sky. So this day is known as summer solstice. Now solstice means unequal length of days and nights. During this time, you can see the Arctic Circle is in full light, whereas the Antarctic Circle is in complete darkness. So when this area will be having its summer, they will have winter. But the next is autumn equinox. So during this time, that is on 23rd September, we can see that it is known as autumn equinox, as it occurs when it is autumn season in the northern hemisphere. So during this time, neither of the poles are inclined towards the sun, and all places with equal hours of day and night. So what is equinox? Equinox means when there will be equal duration of days and nights. So on 23rd September, we call it as autumn equinox, as it in the northern hemisphere, because it is autumn season in the northern hemisphere. Next is winter solstice. Now, as the earth revolves, it has changed its position. Now, in the winter solstice, what happens is the northern hemisphere is far away and the southern hemisphere is inclined towards the sun. For this, vertical sun rays fall over Tropic of Capricorn. So on 22nd of December, the sun reaches its lowest and southernmost point, and so that day is known as winter solstice. During this time, Arctic Circle is in complete darkness. Again, you all can see there is unequal length of days and nights. During this time in the southern hemisphere, the days are longer and the nights are shorter. Whereas in the northern hemisphere, the days are shorter and the nights are longer. So when Antarctic Circle is in complete light, Arctic Circle will be in darkness. So this portion is having summer season, whereas in the northern hemisphere they will experience winter season. Again, when the position changes and the earth is in the position of just it is neither of the poles are inclined to the sun. So all the places will have equal hours of day and night. So on 21st March, as it is the um, spring season, it is the beginning of the spring season, so we call it as spring equinox in the northern hemisphere. So when it is spring in the northern hemisphere, it will be autumn in the southern hemisphere. So in the seasons in the northern hemisphere is just opposite to the southern hemisphere. If southern hemisphere is having suppose it is having winter, the northern hemisphere will have summer. Again, when the position changes, when the southern hemisphere is receiving direct sun rays and they are experiencing summer season, the northern hemisphere will have winter season. So you can see in the picture that how the axis is tilted, and when this portion northern hemisphere is receiving sunlight, more sunlight on northern hemisphere in this position. When the earth is moving and coming to this position, there will be more sunlight in the southern hemisphere. So in this way, the cycle of seasons gets repeated itself year after year. So this was all about today's class. Hope it is clear to you all. Thank you all of you. Take care and goodbye.